Hello and welcome to another MikroWin tutorial. In this tutorial I would like to give you a brief overview of MikroWin 2020. The user interface of MikroWin is divided into several areas. At the top, there is a menu for selecting the three main categories on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, there is another menu for instrument control, program settings, and help options as well as information on the instrument in use and its current status. This top display always remains visible regardless of the program navigation. The design of the remaining parts of the user interface varies depending on the main category selected. MikroWin is divided into the three main categories: measure, protocol, and results. The measure category is used to prepare and start measurements. In the protocol category, all information required for test evaluation is defined, while test results are displayed, printed, or exported in the results category. Let's take a look at the measure category first. In the upper menu band, the currently loaded protocol is displayed on the left-hand side. A protocol can be selected and loaded by clicking on the protocol name. The defined layout types of the currently loaded protocol are listed in the middle section of the menu band. One type is always selected. Another type can be selected by clicking on it. These types are used to assign a meaning to the positions in the rack. For example, the sample type defines a sample position, while the POSCON type represents a positive control. The Start button is located on the far right of the menu band. The measurement process is initiated by clicking on this button. The layout of the rack is displayed below the menu band. The sample type is currently assigned to all items. For demonstration purposes, we delete the current layout by clicking on the Clear Layout button and create a new layout for a typical ELISA test. To do this, we select the layout type POSCON and select the positions A1 to D1 in the rack. In the same way, we select the types NEGCON and blank and assign these types to positions E1 to G1 or position H1. Finally, we select the sample type and click on the hash button in the top left-hand corner of the rack display to assign this type to all remaining positions. Done. If the layout is consistent for the intended test, it can be saved together with the protocol. A list of metadata can be displayed below the layout rack display. The display can be shown or hidden using the metadata button. The number of list columns and their names and formatting can be customized. This list allows you to enter or import metadata such as sample IDs or dilution factors. This data is saved together with the measurement data and can then be used for test evaluation. A button bar is located at the bottom of the main measure category. This bar offers further options for controlling the rack layout and metadata. So much for the measure category. Next, I would like to introduce you to the protocol category. In the upper menu band, the ID of the currently loaded protocol is again displayed on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we find a number of buttons that are used to open, save and reset protocols. For the demonstration, we want to load the protocol of our ELISA example. The protocol category is divided into 6 subcategories. Below the menu band, we find a column on the left-hand side with the corresponding subcategories. The Settings subcategory lists the instruments used for the measurement. The list can be edited using the Add Instrument and Remove Instrument buttons. It is also possible to rearrange the order of the instruments using drag and drop. When an instrument is selected from the list, its properties are displayed on the right-hand side of the view so that they can be adjusted if necessary. The Types subcategory contains a list of layout types on the left-hand side, while the right-hand side displays all the properties of the selected layout type. Each position on the rack can be assigned with a specific layout type that defines its function during test evaluations such as sample or control. These layout types can then be taken into account during the evaluation, which enables a more complex, type-specific test evaluation. The calculation subcategory is divided into two areas. A list of the selected calculation steps on the left-hand side and a list of the properties for the currently selected calculation step on the right-hand side. The selected calculation steps are executed in the order in which they are listed. The combination of these steps then determines the test evaluation. The calculation steps are processed from top to bottom, whereby each step can use the results of the previous steps. The printout and export subcategories are also each divided into two areas. A list of the selected print respectively export options in the left-hand area and a list of the properties for the currently selected option in the right-hand area. The selected options are executed one after the other from top to bottom and generate the output in this order. The metadata subcategory provides an overview of protocol-related topics that are not the main focus of the user's attention, but are nevertheless crucial for achieving completeness and ensuring traceability. So much for the protocol category. Finally, I would like to introduce you to the results category. In the top menu band, the ID of the currently loaded results is displayed on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we find a number of buttons for opening, saving and resetting results. For the demonstration, we want to load the results of our ELISA example. The results category is divided into several subcategories. Below the menu band, we find a column on the left-hand side with the corresponding subcategories. In the results subcategory, you will find two views, the rack view and the list view. In the rack view, the results are displayed in a schematic representation of the rack. For each item, the results intended for the rack output are displayed one below the other. In the list view, the results are displayed in a list format. Here, the results intended for the list output are displayed side by side for each item, with the position in the rack such as E1 shown in the first column on the far left. Each calculation step in the protocol, with the exception of steps of the type control calculation and settings, generates a result that can be output in both views. The printout subcategory shows a preview of the printout and allows test results to be printed according to the print settings defined in the protocol. The selected printer combo box shows the printer selected in the protocol. The printer-specific settings for the selected printer can be adjusted via the Properties text link. All adjustments made are immediately displayed in the Print Preview area. The printing process is started by clicking on the Print button. Alternatively, you can generate a PDF file instead of a physical printout by activating the Output as PDF option. A print preview is displayed on the right-hand side of the view. You can navigate in the preview using the mouse wheel and zoom by using the mouse wheel and holding down the Control key. The export subcategory shows a preview of the export and allows you to export test results according to the export settings defined in the protocol. If the export is file-based, the folder combo box can be used to select a target directory for the export that differs from the default export directory. Users can also specify an alternative identifier for the export using the identifier option. The export process is started by clicking on the Export button. A preview of the export is displayed on the right-hand side of the view. The metadata subcategory provides an overview of result-related topics that are not the main focus of the user's attention, but are nevertheless crucial for achieving completeness and ensuring traceability. So much for our overview of MikroWin 2020. Thank you for listening and good luck with your work with MikroWin.